everybody, welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. I'm Beth.
And I'm Jayme.
And we're two oldish, youngish ladies reminiscing about our younger years.
Yep.
In the 90s.
That's when I became a teenager.
Yes. Well, that's when I grew up because I was 10 to like 19 in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
Same.
That's the formative years.
We were both born in 1980.
I realized that. I just wanted to state for the record that I am slightly younger.
Good for you.
Jayme's a slightly more geriatric millennial, but
it just means I'm wiser.
Oh yeah, that is actually true.
I don't know though. I don't think a lot of older people are very wise.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are. Some of them are.
It's a crapshoot, honestly, because some people learn and some people don't.
That's right.
But what I've learned is that the 90s was a very special era.
It was.
It was this beautiful time with like bridging kind of like new technology, but
awesome.
Still like privacy, which was really nice. Something I kind of miss. But
yeah,
I love kind of just every once in a while, like looking at like, I don't know, Pinterest boards and stuff. Like, let me take a little walk down memory lane. Or I'll get little TikToks where people are showing vintage. It's sad to say vintage, but like vintage clips of shows and different things. It's like, oh my gosh, I totally remember that.
Yeah,
and like go back to 15-year-old me. So we decided today we want to just talk about stuff we miss from the 90s, things that we, I don't know, just ponder about every once in a while, or when it comes back into the not lexicon, that is not the word, but when it comes back into our sight, it's just like, oh,
what
that
is
made
a
me
lexicon?
I don't know. I like to use words that I don't know.
Into our matrix.
Into our matrix. So today,
didn't that come out in the 90s?
It did. 1998 or 99? 99.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. So what are some of the things that you remember from being in the 90s? What do you mean as a 90s kid?
So I don't know.
Where were you though? Where were you when you were 10?
So that's what I was going to say. So when I was 11, my family moved from Canada to Belize.
Okay.
So I had some years, up in Canada.
Yes.
And then in Belize.
Yeah.
Until I was 16 and then back to Canada.
Okay. So like for you had a 6-year gap of like Canadian, US cultural pulses.
Right.
Okay.
But I will say, so I thought living in Belize, I was completely out of the loop. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I didn't know anything that was trending, like fashion wise or anything like that. However, I was not. We were not far out, and we were not out of the loop.
Yeah.
Because I look back on pictures and everything, and I was like, oh my gosh,
It was
still so happening. And the music, all the music.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know. I thought we were out of the loop, but no, those Belizean radio stations were, of course, alongside all the Belizean music, but they also, we were exposed. I still
listen to all
the things.
Well, even like, cause I grew up in Eastern Washington. So living here, you heard the music, you saw the movies and stuff. I think the thing that took longer to get here is like fashion, because we didn't have online shopping like we do now. And so it would take a minute more to get to like here from like the cities.
Right. Well, and I will say that fashion was, we weren't completely out of the loop, but we were straggling.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But we were very isolated and we just didn't have access. There was nowhere to shop.
Yes.
There were no stores where we lived.
I remember when I was 10, I wanted nothing more than a pair of overalls, jean short overalls. And we were in DC with some family, and we went to the store there and they had them. And they really didn't get to my town for like 6 months later.
Really?
And I remember rocking these like cream denim overalls with one strap back and half down, because I was very cool.
So,
and I was the first person to have them in my circle.
Of course you were. You know what? It's so funny that now all the 90s fashion is back full circle. So I was just at Target the other day with my 10-year-old daughter, and guess what she wanted?
Overalls.
Yes, she did. She wanted, and they're all there.
Yep.
That's what's in fashion. We bought them. She tried them on at home. Wasn't a fan, so we ended up returning them. But I thought they were adorable on her, and I think it's hilarious that is what's happening. Do you know what's on my list right now?
What?
Wish list? Another romper.
I'm not surprised. That is not a shock.
It's not the same as overalls.
Yeah,
but it's close.
It's similar.
It's very similar.
And I remember having a romper when I was like 18 or 17.
I have a very specific romper that I want.
Okay,
it's a Patagonia one. That's
of course
in my summer palette, because I already have one. I actually have 2 of these in different colors because I really, really like them. but now I want the pink one.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, okay.
Love that for you.
Fashion.
Oh
my gosh.
Like I was obsessed with the Delia's catalog. I don't know if you ever got that.
No.
But it was because we didn't have online shopping. Like you could do catalog shopping though. And so it was the epitome of 90s cute girl, even 2000s cute girl, like fashion. And it had a mix of like different styles. A girl like preppy girl, skater girl, more gothy girl.
Mm-hmm.
And it just had all of these cute tops. And I would get like shoes from them sometimes and then have like accessories for your bedroom. And I just remember getting that catalog in the mail and just like flipping and like, I'm going to be so cute with my bucket hat, just like ridiculous.
Bucket hat. Again, that's what my daughter wanted for her birthday. And all her little friends that came over, they all have bucket hats and they were, and hers has daisies on them. I mean, but in our day, it was sunflowers.
But same difference. Yeah.
Daisies are big right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're in a lot of clothing and accessories.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's a hot thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a daisy. I had these like spaghetti string tank tops were so hot when I was like in high school. And I remember I'm having flashbacks. I had Delia's. I got these little tank tops and they were like pastel with these tiny flowers on them. And then the straps were flowers, like little cutouts of like daisies or whatever that matched. Yeah. I once was wearing that in a movie theater and with this guy, and we watched a movie, and then he was not able to stand up for like 15 minutes after the movie because that shirt was pretty low cut. I feel like
it was affecting him.
Yes, and we just had to sit there and watch. We had to watch the credits, and then we had to like stay.
And you knew why?
Yeah. But I played it off. I'm a good friend.
Oh my goodness. So for me, I feel like a lot of the things that were coming to mind about the 90s were more like feelings.
Oh gosh.
Like, as far as like the season of life I was in and the things that I miss about being that age.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my brain went. And I had like the time of my life when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. Mm-hmm. So much fun.
What were you doing?
So I had a group of friends finally, because I moved when I was 11. It was rough for a while.
Yeah.
And finally had some really good friends. So we were having sleepovers every weekend. Mm-hmm. We were going out and so in that area, like people could drive at that age or ride 3-wheelers or 4-wheelers or whatever. And so every weekend, Friday night, Saturday, we'd go out, we'd be with all our friends, and we would just do a bunch of fun stuff. I don't even know. Like we did adventure type stuff outside. We went swimming, skinny dipping,
nice.
Full moon. We'd have campfires, hot dog roasts. Yeah. We would ride around on motorcycles and go horseback riding and just, I don't even like just all this outdoor fun stuff with our group of friends. Mm-hmm. And I loved that. I loved that season of my life. And I miss it. When I think about it, I'm like, oh, that was so fun. So the one other thing kind of related to that was back in the day, like in those days, there was just so much more that we didn't know about what was going on with everyone in the world.
Yeah, less stress for sure.
And there was just like, there were more surprises in terms of relationships or situations. Like you didn't have contact with people, so you didn't know who was going to be there. You didn't know what to expect because you couldn't find out like you can now. Like you can't like Google stuff. Like you couldn't, there was no such thing as Google. Like there was no such thing.
Well, there wasn't a group chat where everybody's like, oh, I'll be at the party.
Exactly. And so it's just, it was that
element of surprise
and anticipation. And you just didn't know. It was just simpler.
Yeah.
It was just way more simple.
Yeah. And hand in hand with that, I loved that when you were kind of done at the end of the day, you could come home and your friends couldn't contact you. Really, because it's like there was a phone line. There's a phone line, but if your parents were like, "Get off the phone, you're done tonight," there was no like communication. So you got like a nice break, a reprieve from like the constant stuff of being that age with friend groups and stuff. So I miss that. I miss the like, we might be watching family TV, but there was not that many options, or whatever. So speaking of TV, I have a long list.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering how many of these shows that you've seen.
Okay, you've got me thinking now. I'm gonna make some notes.
So I miss teenage shows with a moral message. Now, I don't need it to be like crazy moral. It's like, doesn't need to be too deep, but I miss shows like Saved by the Bell.
Oh my gosh, I literally just wrote that down.
Like the Jessie episode where she's doing the caffeine pills.
That was my favorite show. Saved by the Bell was freaking so good.
So good. And I always learned things like it had those light moral messages.
Totally
that were just
had
so
a crush
good.
on Zach.
Oh, no.
I know. Now I'm like, why didn't I like Slater?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I not like Slater? Slater's way hotter than Zach. Seriously.
Absolutely. And he was,
and it's weird to say that now as a grown woman because these are children.
No, but you're thinking in your 15-year-old mind, not your like, if you saw two kids that look like that and as an adult, you'd be like, first of all, are you on steroids, Slater? Secondly, Zach, why is your hair like combed like that? And why is it so bleached?
I totally had a crush on Zach though. I thought he was so cute.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I'm not even joking. That Jessie Spano.
I mean, I don't remember the details. Apparently,
do you remember that they had a girls group, Kelly and Lisa and Jessie?
Yes, I remember that.
And they were like, they sang like, you know, I can't remember the words, but I can see them in their little leotards and they're like jumping off trampolines.
And Lisa had the best fashion always.
Oh yeah. But in this episode, Jessie is like very stressed out and she's like always pushing herself, because she's a perfectionist, and she starts taking like basically uppers to try and like stay up and on top of everything. And it's the I'm so excited episode where like Zach confronts her in her bedroom because she's like passed out and she's supposed to be shooting something. And she's like, I can do it if I can have the pills. And she's like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. And she starts crying. And it was like the biggest, like, I will never use caffeine pills ever because it's like, I'm not going to end up like Jessie. But oh my gosh, it was so good.
So good. I love that show.
Okay. My So-Called Life, which we've talked about before that you have never seen.
Yes.
But it's the grungy, edgier version of, definitely not my Saved by the Bell, but close. 90210, the original. Freaking loved it. Brenda Walsh, that was my girl.
I should have watched it.
Kelly and Dylan did her so dirty.
I would have watched it.
Oh my gosh, it was so
if I
good.
had access.
Okay. Same vein as Saved by the Bell, California Dreams.
I missed out on all these shows.
Oh my
the only
gosh.
one that I saw was Saved by the Bell and Lip Service.
Oh, I've never seen Lip Service.
Oh my gosh. It was when people had to lip sync.
Oh, it was like a game show.
It was, but they had to lip sync to songs that they didn't know what it was going to be. It was hilarious.
That's
Loved
fun
it
too. Hilarious Daria cartoon. So dry, little dark. So there you go. Clarissa Explains It All. No. Oh my gosh, with Melissa Joan Hart.
I'm shaking my head. I told you this. I was in Belize.
Okay.
Somebody had to record Saved by the Bell for me.
And send it to you.
And, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Another great one that I love.
On a VHS.
Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay. A lot of these are out there though now, so you could stream. The Secret World of Alex Mack.
It's not going to be the same at this age.
It isn't, but it could be for your daughter, and then you could enjoy it through her eyes. There's a show called The Secret World of Alex Mack, who's about this like middle school girl that one day is walking home from school and gets doused in chemicals by the local chemical plant. And now she can like transform into a puddle and glow and do all kinds of stuff.
Sounds
fascinating. Hey Dude. Ever seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh. It's Saved by the Bell on a horse ranch. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, I would love that now. I think I'd still love it.
Yes.
Wait, what was that called?
Hey Dude.
I gotta watch it.
And there's like a rich girl who's having to work at the ranch, and then there's like the all-American girl, and then there's like the bad boy, and they just get into shenanigans. It's so good. Salute Your Shorts. Oh my gosh. It's like the epitome of what a summer show should be, because it's about kids at a summer camp and the kerfuffles they get into. And then The Tomorrow People, which is a little niche, but it's basically a show where these kids kind of spontaneously get these like special powers. And I don't remember it well. I do know that it came on Nickelodeon and I was obsessed with it. But it was back in the day when I didn't know when it would come on. And you didn't know when reruns would happen or if there would be a rerun.
Yeah.
And I remember one time my family was headed out the door. We were going to leave in 15 minutes to go to Portland for the weekend. And the show came on. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. And I dug my feet in. I'm like, we cannot leave until I watch this episode. And I made my family just stand in the living room while I'm watching The Tomorrow People. Because I'm like, guys, I don't have a VHS. There's no way to record it. I have no idea when I'll ever come on again. I love the show. I'm staying. So
that's so funny.
Things I miss from the 90s is just having to be in the moment. Where you miss out. So those are some of my favorite,
But do you miss that? Because now it's pretty great because you can have access to things whenever you want.
Kind of, but I get overwhelmed with the number of options I have when I'm trying to find shows to watch. And I think that's why a lot of the time I go back to things I've already seen 1,000 times.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's too many options. And sometimes it's like, I'd rather just have like 5 great options than like a million Netflix options where I'm just, when you get in that cycle of scrolling.
And that's partly why I don't watch stuff.
Yeah.
Because I sit there and have to try to find something.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't, because I need to have this list written down of all these recommendations, and then I don't have to scroll.
But even if you have the recommendations, like I tried for a while to like just fill up my watch list on like Netflix and other streaming services. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to focus on those. And then I never do.
Well, part of the deal is that there's all these different streaming services, and these shows are on all different ones.
Yeah. That's part of it.
That's annoying.
It is. But I think there's just so many options.
Okay. Speaking of things to watch, can I just say,
yeah,
going to Blockbuster.
That was on my list. I freaking loved Blockbuster.
You get to go and look at all, like, you get to go pick your movie that you're going to watch that night. And
well, if you're local, we had a couple different ones. We had a place called Porter's. So it was like the local Blockbuster, and it was like, yeah, you'd walk through and you could just like touch and read the backs.
And it was so annoying when the one you wanted was all
not
gone.
there. Yeah. Or like, not Blockbuster, but at Porter's, they had a back room where they had all the porn.
Oh, geez.
And so, I mean, we didn't go back there because we were kids, but they had like a curtain. You're like, what's back there? And it was just so awkward. But yeah, just going and getting physical media.
Yeah.
In a place where you could ask people like, hey, have you seen this? Right. And then grab some candy. Oh my gosh. I still have my Blockbusters card.
So, I mean, so what I miss about that is that feeling. Because it was a feeling of anticipation and enjoyment. And it wasn't nearly as overwhelming as it is to look at these digital catalogs of things.
Yeah.
Do I want to go back to that? No. I like the fact that it's like so much easier to just like push a button and it plays, and like you don't have to rewind, and you don't have to, I mean, it's
easier.
I like the modern conveniences, but that feeling, I do miss that.
Okay. Speaking of feelings, I miss the feeling of filling up my car with 89-cent gas. Like, I remember it being in the 80s, my like senior or junior year of high school, like vividly, because I just remember seeing 88. Well, kind of vividly too. Oh, I'm having a flashback. So for the first like 6 to 8 months that I had a car and a license, I didn't know how to pump gas. So I would always have to have a friend pump my gas for me, like when we were out and about. It was really
Why don't you watch what the friend did and then just do that?
It was beneath me, Jayme. I don't know why.
Beth.
I think I didn't like it. Like I think I was probably a little scared of it because I'm not a fan of anything flammable. And so I think it probably freaked me out that it's going to catch on fire and blow me up.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean,
valid
legitimate.
Fear. Yeah.
But yeah, fear. I miss that feeling. I also miss the feeling we used to have McDonald's would run a special, and I haven't had McDonald's in like 15 years.
Really?
Yeah. Because I made a bet with a kid. Anyway, I'll tell that story another time. But they used to do like 29 and 39-cent hamburger days when we were in high school. And
stupid McDonald's cheeseburgers. Why are they so freaking good?
So good. I just remember going and like you'd see the football team in there and they'd have like just 25.
McDonald's French fries. They're the best. Why?
They're literally scientifically designed. No.
So good.
They're designed. Like they have a special salt, like the size of the salt that they put on there is specifically designed. Yeah. And the cut of the fry and everything. Yeah. So good. Okay. Another thing that used to be so good was the mall. The mall. Let's go to the mall.
Yeah. Right?
It was so good. It was so fun.
It's true.
Yeah. Have you been to the mall recently?
I actually have.
It's not
weird.
The same vibe.
It's so weird. There's some weird stores in there that I'm like, I don't understand what's happening.
Well, and it's like empty store, random store.
So like random.
What is
and
this?
Then the cheap fashion that's just junk. It's just junk. And I'm like, what? Who can wear that?
Yeah.
Who can wear that sequence little thread strap triangle top thing
for more than one wear?
Everything is like crop top and like it's just. I'm like, what? Anyway,
you're sounding like a mom because I remember going to the rave at the Tri-Cities Mall and they had like same exact fast fashion, but it was just 90s style.
Okay. Well, it's weird. It's very weird to see what's happening in the mall these days.
It's sad because it used to be such a place to congregate and like go to the food court, you get an Orange Julius and then like creep on some boys and like throw a penny in the fountain. And
yeah. I mean, my kids still want to go to the mall, but they actually want to buy some stuff and
then go.
Yeah.
They don't want to cruise.
Well, I don't know. It's just not, I don't know. It's not the same. It's not the same. I think they would. They have with their friends a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay. I had flashbacks though when I thought about the mall to a few different specialty stores because we're lacking in specialty stores now. Do you remember the Disney store?
Yes.
It was just like, okay, I'm here.
I mean, they still have those, I thought.
I don't think so. Ours closed forever ago. I think the Disney stores are now in Targets.
Oh.
Sharper Image.
Yeah, what was that?
It was like just gadgets and stuff. But the best thing is they'd always have like the back rubbers, like not the back massagers that you would like sit in a chair and it would massage your back.
Went very different direction.
You did, I know. But it was like, so you could go in there and like you sit in a chair and then get like, you know, I used to do that at the Bed Bath and Beyond here because they used to have like the little,
hey,
it's closed.
I was just going to say, did they already close?
I'm not sure, but I know
Did they liquidate everything?
They're in the process.
I want a big wooden cutting board from there.
Don't do it. It's really expensive.
Still,
yeah. I went in there to get, because I had a $2.15 left on a gift card. And I was like, well, I'm using this. You're not getting my money, Bed Bath & Beyond. I walked through the whole place. Things were like, this is on liquidation. So I'm like, no, it's not. It's more expensive than you can get it at Target.
Did you buy anything? Did you buy like a hand towel?
I bought a scoop for cat food. Okay. Do you remember Walden Books?
No.
Or Borders?
Borders, I do.
Oh my gosh. I loved Borders. And then did you guys have a Woolworths?
Yes.
Woolworths. And you could have like lunch inside the department store.
Yeah.
I bought my very first purse there when I was in 6th grade because my mother told me that, you know, middle school girls probably carry purses. So we went and bought my 6th grade look outfit, purple stirrup pants.
Nice.
Do you know what stirrup pants are?
Don't they have the thing that goes underneath your arch of your foot?
Yep. So it's purple stirrup pants.
Keep those things tucked into your socks.
Absolutely. And then I had this like tulip print longer shirt that kind of flowed out.
Like a tunic?
It wasn't a tunic, but it looked like a pregnancy shirt. And then I had a purple purse that had this long ass strap. So I go on the first day.
Well, because if you're in, because
I'm in
you're probably short. So the strap was not.
It was not.
It was too low.
Yeah. And
was it down to your knee?
It was, yes. And I didn't even do it crossbody. I just had it like on. So I go to the first day of middle school like this with a purse and I'm looking like, you know, a woman that's in her late 40s.
Oh, that's too funny. Because your mom dressed
my mom dressed
But didn't you like it? Did you just not know?
I didn't know.
Okay.
I was coming off of 5th grade. I just didn't know.
Well,
I was
maybe kids are different now because I feel like my daughter has some significant opinions about fashion.
Yes.
Like very strong.
It's called exposure though. They get to see all these people that like put looks together at 5.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't have that. I had like one YM magazine that were girls that were way aspirational.
Yeah.
Oh, Linda. Anyway, so yeah, my Woolworths bag. And then the last thing I loved at the mall was Magic Eye. Did you ever do the Magic Eye? So
oh, wait, maybe I did.
So Magic Eye was kind of like the picture that was kind of lines and like looked weird. And you had to stare at
Relax your eyes.
And then it would, a thing would come
3D.
out. Yes. And I just remember they always had like the Magic Eye booth at the mall. And I'd walk around and I was like, got it, because I could do it so fast. And that was my flex. And so...
That's
the mall.
Awesome.
The mall. So did you guys hang out at the mall when you were 16? Because didn't you work at the...
I did work at the mall for a season when it was right before Christmas. I worked at Bootlegger, which is like a jean store.
Oh, of course.
I sold jeans for a season in the mall. But then I didn't work at the mall anymore. I worked at the hockey arena.
Oh, yeah.
So...
yeah.
In my opinion, that was much better because I worked at the popcorn booth and I got to eat popcorn.
Which is great.
And go to all the concerts.
Which is even better.
And hockey games.
One thing about the 90s was some of our food choices. We used to love getting Big Pops. Do you know what a Big Pop is?
No.
So a Big Pop, because Pop is Pop is a soda. If you didn't know, yeah.
I do know that.
Okay.
Yes.
So pop is used here to describe sodas. And so if you wanted to be really cool, you and your best friend would go get a big pop and then go cruising. And so what that entailed is going to like one of the local convenience stores, like a 7-Eleven, and getting one of those giant like 64-ounce styrofoam cups full of pop. And then you'd hold it in your hand. I'm making a gesture that is very fun. And you'd hold it in your hand like you were just a total BA, and you would drive around sipping on your big pop, listening to, LL Cool J, or something like that. Driving down the streets, like trying to like scam on boys.
Oh,
Get
nice.
a big pop. So good.
Until you had to go pee.
You didn't have to go pee, Jayme. We were teenagers, okay? You could drink that whole thing, go 2 more hours, and be fine. Not even a drip. The other drink that I just came to mind is the Snapple. The Snapple and the Snapple Lady. Did you guys have Snapples?
Yes.
I love Snapples when I was a kid.
I think they still have them here.
Yeah, I feel like...
Also Big Pop.
Okay, but...
You can
I don't
get a
want
big
that.
Giant soda if you ever want
That
one.
sounds horrible.
It does.
Yeah. This is not the same as a 90s Big Pop.
Okay.
And the Snapple today, they're not in... I don't think they're in glass. Like, I want the glass kiwi strawberry Snapple with the fact that the little Snapple lady's, talking about.
Okay. I don't know who the Snapple Lady is, though.
Oh my gosh, you don't know the Snapple Lady?
No.
She did all the commercials. She's a little like feisty little lady that just was I don't know, spunky.
You know what I don't miss?
What?
Commercials.
Oh gosh. Fair.
Music.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can still access all of it.
Yes.
And it is still the best, in my opinion, the best music.
Yeah.
I love music from the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to think it was the 80s, but it's actually the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
The best thing about music in the 90s, at least for me, is that you could call into a radio station.
Request your song
a song
and
dedicate it. There was always like a lover's hour at night. And I just remember like my friends and I would listen. And then at that time we'd have a cassette tape ready to record when like our little shtick came on. Of like, this is Beth dedicating this song to Brian. You're the best. It was just so gross.
Oh, but the music was not gross. The music was
so
awesome.
Good.
I have 90s playlists. I listen to 90s stations. I'm like kind of stuck there because those were my teen years. Like I feel like we all get stuck in our teen years somehow when it comes to music.
Okay, did you watch TRL? Total Request Live with...
I didn't.
Oh my God. Do you know what it is?
No.
So it was on MTV, and so it was a live show that came on every day after school, and they would play like the top 10 videos of that day, and then they'd have all the pop stars on and all the people, and it was just like such a vibe. And people were like I
would have loved it.
It was so good. Like you'll definitely have to like go look at some YouTube videos of TRL. I remember that's where I learned about texting because like Matt Damon was on talking about, I got this little BlackBerry device. Now I'm texting. Like I send little messages to people. Like, and I was like, what? Because we were still like living in beepers and nobody had cell phones yet. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, TRL.
Do you miss not having a cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss it. I'm a little bit, I'm not addicted, but it's always around me.
I am. I'm totally addicted.
And it's too easy to just pick up.
It is. That's why I'm addicted.
And look, okay. But I mean, sometimes it's like, I miss that thing of like, oh my gosh, I wonder who was in this movie. Who could I ask about that instead of Googling it?
You ask Siri nowadays.
Yeah. But it's just like, I miss that whole thing of like, like, oh, somebody mentioned the Ides of March. What does that mean? And then, going to a librarian and asking your parents and being like, let's go find the card catalog or grab that encyclopedia. I kind of miss that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if my kids even know what an encyclopedia is.
I'm sure they don't. They never had to use that.
No, I did. I surely did.
Yeah, they'll never know the pain.
Trying to put it in your own words.
Oh, gosh. It's like, can I just
rearrange?
Yeah.
Rearrange
really
those
hard.
words.
It's really hard. Okay. Another thing that I think has really shifted are romantic comedies. Like there was nothing like 90s romantic comedies.
True.
So I made a giant list of a bunch of 90s romantic comedies that I liked. I'm going to read them off. How many have you seen?
I'll say check if I've seen it.
Okay. Or we also can discuss if you have feelings.
Okay. Oh, sure.
And then, track along too if you're listening because it's not extensive, but it's what I liked. So if you're like, my favorite's not on there, it wasn't my favorite. So there.
Okay. Sounds good.
So Muriel's Wedding.
I think I saw it.
It's with Toni Collette, Australian girl.
I think I saw it.
Yeah. It was an ABBA. ABBA songs were in it.
I think I did. Again, my memory's not the best, especially when it comes to movies. I've literally watched a movie and then at the end been like, I think I've seen this before. Oh yeah, I have. Didn't know it the whole time I watched it. So
Okay, You've Got Mail.
keep that in mind. Yes, I've seen it.
Oh, so cute. Sleepless in Seattle. It's sister.
I think I did.
Okay. That was the predecessor of You've Got Mail. Okay. 10 Things I Hate About You.
100%.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Yes, it was.
So good. I just remember like when Julia Stiles jumped up on that table when Biggie was playing and she was at kind of
Did she have boots on?
I think so, yeah. And she's like drunk at the party and she starts like just like going off. I'm like, yes, that's the energy I want for my life. She's just so cool. Okay. There's Something About Mary.
Yep.
Totally saw that in the theater with my friends.
Oh my gosh, I'll never forget the hair.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I remember.
Yeah. That was like
I don't really love Cameron Diaz, but
well, and I'm not a huge fan of those gross out comedies.
we all remember the hair. We all remember it. How could you forget?
Yeah.
How could you forget?
But there was like a whole series of that style of movie. It
So
wasn't my
disgusting
favorite,
when you,
but that
like,
was
thinking about it right now. I'm
so
like,
gross.
wow.
And we were dying in the theater laughing. We just thought that was like the peak of comedy.
So disgusting.
Ugh. Okay. Notting Hill.
Totally.
Loved it. Never Been Kissed
Yep.
is super creepy now when you think about it.
I don't remember the movie at all.
Okay. So Drew Barrymore goes undercover.
Oh,
in
she's an
high
adult.
school, and she's an adult. And then she kind of falls for the English teacher and he kind of falls for her and then ends up giving her first real kiss. And I'm like, that's
She's
freaking
supposed to be a
grooming.
student. Yep.
Yeah, it's gross. So that was disgusting, but it's still a great movie. The Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Don't think I saw that.
Okay, stars Janine Garofalo and Uma Thurman. And
I know who one of those people are.
okay, so Janine Garofalo was a comedian. And anyway, she's a vet. And there's some confusion where
I think I might have seen it.
yeah, this guy thinks that Uma Thurman, who's a model, is Janine Garofalo. And so he's like falling in love with Janine Garofalo because they're just having like conversations on the phone. But he thinks she's Uma Thurman, this like gorgeous blonde model.
Oh.
And just kind of like, how could you ever love a short, size 6, beautiful brunette? How could that ever be? Like, whatever. But it was a cute movie. Okay. Blast from the Past.
Ooh, I don't think I've seen that.
Brendan Fraser and Alicia
Stone?
yes.
Okay, no.
So it's about this guy whose family it's in the 50s and they're like freaking out about like nuclear war might happen. So they build one of those bunkers
No, I don't think I saw it.
and something happens and the dad thinks it's happening. And so they get like locked in there and then he comes out 20 years later or whatever.
Oh, maybe I did
And
see
it's
it.
like,
oh,
now
maybe
it's
I'm
the
thinking
90s.
of Encino Man.
Okay. Yeah, definitely not that one. But yeah, Blast from the Past, super cute. Drive Me Crazy.
Mm-mm.
Melissa Joan Hart, and she fixes up her neighbor to be like, he's kind of like alternative guy, and the guy she likes that she wants to take to prom or whatever, or their centennial dance, he like doesn't like her, or he like falls for this other girl. And anyway, so she turns the next door neighbor who like they've had a falling out with and he's like grunge guy into like cute preppy guy. And then it's just like all of the stuff that happens there. I don't know, it was a really great movie. Can't Hardly Wait.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Jennifer Love Hewitt and a bunch of like people that became famous. It's like the last day of school and they just have a party and it's really good. She's All That.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh my gosh. Just take your glasses off and you're beautiful. That movie was just like,
yeah.
I don't know who didn't want to have the moment of like being in your prom dress and hearing like Sixpence None the Richer singing like Kiss Me as you like walk down to your date and them just being like, oh my gosh, you're like, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Okay. Pretty Woman.
Of course.
Which is a creepy movie too.
It's so creepy, but I loved
good.
it. Watched it over and over.
Yeah, I still use the line like when she goes shopping on Rodeo Drive, and they're like, "This isn't for you."
Big mistake.
Big mistake. Huge.
I'm gonna go
still do
shopping
that. So good. So I Married an Axe Murderer.
now. Of course.
I'm shocked.
I think I saw that. Oh yeah.
I loved Woman. I'm like shook that you know that movie. That was like one of my
I said
favorites.
I watched it multiple times. Doesn't mean I know it. I just know it was good and I liked it.
But that's like that
I know,
one I feel is
I
the
know.
most obscure on this
I feel
list.
like there's another line from that movie that I say, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was a good one.
Oh my gosh. I'm like so excited for
yay.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like I've impressed you somehow.
I am super impressed. Okay. The Best Man. That's a black one. So
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay. The Wedding Singer.
Yes.
Oh, that's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Like I'm not a huge Sandler fan, but that's my favorite.
I like him.
Yeah. Sabrina.
I don't know.
It's a remake about like this girl.
It sounds familiar.
It was an Audrey Hepburn movie and then they remade
I
it.
think I might have seen it.
It was good. Circle of Friends?
No,
Oh my gosh. It's about these kids in Ireland and just
I don't think so.
that one's beautiful too. Okay, this one's kind of whatever. One Fine Day.
I might have seen it.
Michelle Pfeiffer and George Clooney. It's like two single parents that kind of like
They must have been so young.
they were like in their 30s.
Oh,
So
okay, maybe not.
My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yes,
Oh my gosh. Do you like that movie?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh. She was
Is that with Jennifer Lopez?
No, that one is with Julia Roberts and Cameron Diaz. And I can't remember the guy.
Oh,
where she
yeah,
like
yeah. Yep.
And she's just nasty. Yeah. Fools Rush In.
I think so.
Salma Hayek and Matthew Perry. I loved that movie. There's a part where she was like dancing in the kitchen, just like some salsa-y type moves. And that's when he like falls in love with her because she's like, who did I marry? I'm like, that's the energy I want to bring to my relationships where I'm just like mysterious and dancing at random times. And then I'm like, nobody's in the house, Beth, just stop. Okay.
Except for your cat.
Yes. Ever After.
Yes.
I love that. That's my favorite Cinderella story.
Yeah.
So good. Okay. Couple more. Runaway Bride.
Yep.
Loved it. Well, did I love it? No.
Isn't that with Julia Roberts?
Yes. I liked it. It always made me wonder, like, how do I like my eggs? Because that was a big, do you remember that where
Heck no, I don't remember those details.
Of course. So the journalist is like interviewing all of her ex-fiancés and he asks each one, like, how does she like her eggs?
How many ex-fiancés does she have?
Like 5 or 6. I can't remember.
Okay.
And they're always like, oh, she likes them the way I do. And the guy says what he likes.
And they're all
then
different?
They're all different. And then so when she's finding herself at the end of the movie, she makes all the different types of eggs and figures out what does she actually like. And I was like, okay, as a woman, I need to know what kind of eggs I like.
So what kind do you?
Me, I like scrambled hard.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't want no runny yolks.
Oh,
That grosses me
I will
out.
eat that too, but if I'm making it, I will only make. Usually,
I'm not a picky eater at all, but that is
You don't like
one
that
thing
texture?
that I don't eat.
no eggs Benedict for you.
Cannot.
Okay. All right. Last one. This is one of my favorites. Something to Talk About. Another Julia Roberts movie. She was the queen of.
She really was.
Yeah. I
think I've seen it.
This is the one where her husband's cheating on her, and she kind of finds out in a roundabout way, and just kind of the fallout from that.
No, I don't think I've seen it.
I'm telling you though, 90s were it. I mean, early 2000s too, but really like that was an era.
When was Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
That's 80s.
Oh, that was 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was a good one.
But that's also not a romantic comedy.
No.
But it is a movie.
And Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Was that 80s too?
80s, yeah.
Okay. We need to
We'll
do
do
an
an
80s.
80s.
one.
We'll do an 80s.
I'm like,
one.
oh, okay.
There's so many good ones from the 80s. But anyway,
Dumb and Dumber, not a romantic comedy.
not romantic. I know
Also
that's your
from the
favorite.
90s. Loved it.
Yes. It's in that gross out humor.
So stupid.
Oh
So
my gosh.
dumb.
But you love it, and that's all that matters. I feel
I
like
guess.
that's the thing I love most about you. That's the movie you remember the most.
That and Anne of Green Gables.
It's like, there you go, hand in hand. So anyway, that was a nice little trip down memory lane.
It kind of was.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about stuff I haven't thought about in
Stuff
years.
that I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, not a surprise. If you're enjoying the podcast and would like to support the show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost. Check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.